What's up, everybody? Rob Ferretti here, and today we're going to talk about the Project Car Challenge. I've seen videos such as Mike from Street Speed 717 who voiced concerns that I stacked the previous one in my favor. And now is your chance to check out the rules and provide any input before we finalize them by November 20th, which is when the ProjectCarChallenge.com website goes live. So, if you got 6 minutes of your time, I'll try to bang it out in that time frame. But the event is going to take place. What is the event? The event is an open call. Well, not really open because most of the spots are filled. But it was an open call to anyone with a YouTube following, 10,000 subscribers or more. We've got 15 spots for YouTubers to come out and build whatever they want. And we're going to race against each other in 3 different measures of performance. First is going to be the half mile. This is going to take place in conjunction with the Wanna Go Fast event in Ocala. That's where we're starting the event. Next is going to be a racetrack. That racetrack is going to be 3 laps in 20 minutes. When I say 3 laps in 20 minutes, it's similar to what we did in Las Vegas, where we're going to take the fastest 3 laps that you can put down in 20 minutes, and we're going to take the average time of those fast 3 laps. Whether you go out 1 lap at a time, come in, let the car cool off for 5 minutes, don't really care. As long as you go out and put down 3 fast laps in 20 minutes, that's what we're counting. The third event is going to be at a separate racetrack, and it's going to be the fastest average session lap time. So you're going to go out for a full 20 minutes, and we're going to crop off, obviously, probably the slowest 2 laps just to account for sort of the warm-up lap and the cool-down lap. And we're going to take the rest of your laps, we're going to average them together, and we're going to make whatever the average lap time of that session is going to be. You're going to get 25 points. It's going to be based on 25 points for the half mile, 50 points for the 3-lap average, 100 points for the 20-minute hot lap average lapping session. And there we are. We're going to find out who's got the fastest, best-built car available on YouTube. And we're not stopping at YouTube. The other 10 spots of the 25 are going to be open to tuners. When I say tuners, what do I mean? I mean the Hennessy's, the Titans, the Lingenfelters, you name it. We've got, I don't know why they're escaping my head, the Hefners, Underground Racing. The only ones I know are confirmed at the moment, and it's 100% confirmation rate with the tuners because they're badass. These guys live and breathe this stuff, and they love it. So these guys are going to be rolling in with their 6-car trailers. We got Lou Gelati from LG Motorsports. We got John Hennessy coming, both guys out of Texas. And then Titan I spoke to at SEMA, they're in. And then lastly, we've got a maybe. They're just waiting. Lingenfelter is waiting on me to send them the details. But come on, how can they not show up? I remember reading these magazines as a kid where Lingenfelter and Hennessy and Mallet were all going head to head, and that was like the greatest stuff ever. So that's what you guys want to see. I'm sure they're going to come on out. If you think of any other main tuners that you want, I've got 10 spots allocated for tuners. And you'll be able to draw your own conclusions as to like the fastest amateur built car and the fastest tuner built car, but they're going to be essentially running, although the same event, same rules, same days, they're going to be running separate classes. So these will be the 2 classes. It'll be the amateurs and the professionals. You can see like, oh, the amateurs are pretty close to the professionals. The amateurs beat the professionals. Who knows what the hell was going to happen? But you will be able to witness that, and we're going to take the fastest tuner car and we're going to take the fastest amateur car. We're shipping them both over to the Nürburgring, and we're going to see what we can do. Remember when I said like whatever we put together is probably going to beat the GT2 RS, 6 minutes 47 seconds? I'm standing by it. I don't know whose car it's going to be, but any car that goes out and wins this challenge on both sides should smoke that GT2 RS. Sorry, like you can be like, no way, no way. I bet you. I'm betting. Rob Ferretti betting you, the doubter out there. But anyway, I'm going to grab my laptop here, and we're going to go over the rules. And you guys, this is your input. I'm going to put a Google link in this so you can actually look at the rules. Any feedback that you have with the rules that you think may be like, oh, I don't really like that, you feel free and weigh in. But I'm just going to touch on the main ones. Main rules, tires. We're going to be running on the same tire. I'm going to try to get everybody on the Michelin PS4S, which is a good street tire, street tread, none of the bullshit. This is DOT legal. It's going to be a street tire, street tread, same tire on all cars, so that's even. Fuel. Let's hit the fuel, because fuel was something. I'm glad we did this event in October, because it weeded out all the stuff, the noise from people talking about what's fair and what's not fair. For fuel, we're going to take diesel, biodiesel, 93 octane or E85, all available at the pump and all available in Germany outside the Nürburgring. So you can run on any of these at the Nürburgring. I think if you can pull up to a gas station outside the Nürburgring and pump it into your tank, I think it's a fair fuel to use for the event. Let's see what else we have. Those are the only two real rules. The other rules, any car, any year. So now if you have a 2017 Hellcat, you could bring it out. You have a GT2 RS, you're lucky guy who got the brand new GT2 RS or the new Ford GT. You bring it on out. I'm accommodating the super fast cars by saying if you've got over 800 crank horsepower, you can come out. I don't care what car it is. It could be like the stock boost on a stock car. If it's making over 800 horsepower, you're good in my book. The older cars, just to make sure they're sufficiently modified. I don't want a guy coming out with a 135 horsepower Miata that's now running 190 horsepower and being like, I sort of conform. Anything that started out from the factory at 300 horsepower or higher, you have to have at least 50% more horsepower. So if you started out with a 300 horsepower car, you got to have at least, 450 horsepower. If you got 450 horsepower, God bless you, you can be as competitive as you want. And that's at the crank, that's not wheel horsepower. And then anything over 800 horsepower, again, 800 crank horsepower, so that's a dyno of roughly 700, you're fair game. I don't care. If your factory car dyno's at 700, you bring it on out. Remember, this is cars from any year now. We're just trying to find the fastest car, but if somebody rolls up in just a McLaren 720S and says like, haha, and that's the benchmark, or McLaren P1, who knows what the hell they'll bring out, it's tough. Each car has to be registered and insured to any state, I don't really care, and it has to conform to Florida road legal standards, which just means it sort of needs a driver. No, not even, probably, I don't know. Florida road legal standards are like headlights, taillights, blinkers, brake lights, no door limos, I don't know, like legitimately, like Florida is fucking chill when it comes to this stuff. And that's pretty much it as far as the bar. You want to make sure, I mean, there's a 10,000 subscriber baseline on the YouTuber end, just to make sure that people are actual YouTubers. The tuners are obviously, if they do it for a living. I don't need tax returns or anything like that. You'll know the tuning company if they do it for a living. And it should be a good time. We've got the tires, we've got the gas. If we do end up on individual tires for some reason, if you have wheels that don't fit the PS4S, it's going to be a DOT approved, non-competition treaded, so street tire, and no R-comps, no drag radials, no shaved tread, with a tread wear rating of at least 200. Tread wear rating, look it up on Tire Rack what it means. It's just the essentially the hardness of the compound, how quick it wears. But 200 or higher, that leaves plenty of options out there to come on whatever the hell street tires you want. You got to run the entire event with the car as it's presented at tech inspection. So you can't modify your car. You can't remove, alter, take spoilers off, put them on, or change the ride height. If you tech one way, that's how you run for the 3 events. Especially, and that comes into play at the half mile. If you're at the half mile and you got all this aero on your car that you take off and then you put it on for the track, that's a little sketch. If you have a button and it adjusts, God bless you. Tow hooks, easy stuff. Tech inspection, safety equipment, batteries, helmets, seat belts. And then that's pretty much it. Those are the equalizing rules. I think you guys get the gist. The goal here is to just find out who built a badass car. And when we find out who built that badass car, we're going to reward them by shipping it to Germany. They're going with it. And we're going to get somebody fancy, somebody you recognize, to drive that thing around the Nürburgring, so we can say, like, this is what it can do. Yes, sir. We'll get into the list later in the week. November 20th, the website is going to go live. You'll see a bio for each of the people it's going to be entering with the cars that they're entering, and you guys can take it from there. But the event is going to be in January. The Want to Go Fast event's the 21st, 22nd, or 20th, 21st. I don't know the exact dates off the top of my head. It'll be concrete as of November 20th when the projectcarchallenge.com website goes live. Keep an eye out for that. And I will catch you guys next time. Check the link in the description for the rule list. If you have any comments, concerns, put them in the description, in the comments, and upvote the crap out of it if you want to be heard. All right, that's it. I think we covered it all. See you next time. Game on. I'm gonna keep talking just so Jimbo can't turn off the camera. Yep. I'm gonna turn. Something important to say right now. And that's where you cut it.